how do you know if balance is the right thing for you? Maybe how did you figure that out? Maybe it's just as you get older, you just figure that out. And then you talk about this kind of stuff, and we've talked a little bit about it just personally, just the difference between what you're choosing and what somebody like Catherine's choosing. Because she's not I would imagine that you would say she's not balanced.
Correct. Yeah.
Intentionally so. She's going for something that requires absolute excellence, and she can't sacrifice for it. So how, again, it's obviously always really personal to the individual, but how do you know if you're the one bucket or the three bucket, if that makes sense?
Yeah, I think it's and you're absolutely right. To me, I thrive off of this more balance, but I think that most people would be like, it's common vernacular, like you have to find better balance in your life. No, like BS. Balance doesn't mean balance is not good. Balance is good for me, right? But you might have one. Katrin is the fittest female in the world for the last 2 years. You're not going to have that by being balanced. Mm-hmm. Kobe Bryant is, I don't think he's a great human being, but he was really well aware of what he was after. Right. He said, I'm not going to be the best dad. I'm not going to be the best husband. I'm not going to be your best friend. I'm not going to be the best at all these other hobbies or pursuits or anything else. I'm not going to be good at that because that's not what I'm striving to be. Yeah. I'm going to be the best basketball player that ever lived. And whether he is or he isn't doesn't matter. But
you can see other examples, Steve Jobs, Tiger Woods,
sacrificing other areas for that. Now, I think the important thing is don't chase it for the accolades and the awards, right? If you're chasing it for this outside third, validation and motivation through extrinsic means and all that stuff, you have to find out what really motivates you, what really makes you happy. And if you can find the thing that really resonates with you, then that's where you should be putting some of your pebbles into those jars, as you said. I think that's something that doesn't just happen. I think you got to put effort into that, whether it's going away by yourself for a prolonged period of time to try and figure out what it is that you want to seek out in life. We're kind of talking really deep philosophical type stuff now, but it's a practice that I did. I was working in Boston doing high finance stuff, supporting the trading desk at State Street Bank for foreign exchange traders, moving money around the world. And I was in a great company with a good job and a nice corporate ladder to climb, but I wasn't happy. Mm. When 9/11 happened, it shook my world, rocked me to my core, so much so that I quit my job and I moved out to Wyoming for a winter to try and figure out what I wanted to do. These things I don't think people just wake up one day and
there it is.
There it is. I want to be a painter. Yeah. It's you have to you have to work to find it. And I spent, without a lot of social aspects to what I was doing out there. I was a ski bum and I worked the front desk at a hotel, and it was a fantastic winter, but I didn't have a bunch of friends. I wasn't going up. I spent a lot of time with self-reflection while I was out there. And that's when I figured out that I was really passionate about health and wellness and helping other people. I wanted to be a leader and try to make people's lives better. And that's when I came back to Boston. I didn't go back to work finance. I went back and learned about, mitochondria and nutrition and, cross-filament fibers and all this stuff that I thought was exercise science that would help me. And then found CrossFit and realized that was all crap and moved on.